Let's give you some instructions on how to assemble your bench. The rides are from the top. It'll look like this. Flip it over on the bottom side, the unfinished side. There's an arrow. You just want to point that towards you on a soft surface. Put it down to where the finished side's against the floor, just like this. Next, you're going to grab your top support piece. It's going to look like this with the unfinished on both sides here. You'll have an arrow on it. It's going to set it on top of the top with the arrow facing towards you. Next, we're going to grab our bench ends. It'll be labeled with either an L or an R. This one's an R, so from where I'm sitting, it's going to go on my right side, right here. Just set it right on the end. Grab your hardware pack, find these longer silver screws. You can either use a Phillips or a number 2 square bit. If you're using a drill, I would get a longer bit like this. It just makes it easier to put them in. Just want to make sure it's flush along the front edge. And put a little bit of pressure on the back side here. Install this screw. They're all pre-drilled, so they should go in easily, and they should kind of self-align as they're going in. Got 3 here. So you have your other end piece. It's labeled with an L on the bottom. It's just the same process on this side. Same on the end. Install the screws. Set on these screws, the head on them, you can either use a Phillips or a number 2 square bit. They work with either. Okay, once we get those in, there's some lines, probably hard to see, but there's some lines on the top of the bench. You just want to line the corners of the bench up inside those lines. There should be an even overhang all the way around. Next, right here, 2 screws that go in. 2 more in the middle. Okay, and then these will go in. Clear the screws back. At this point, we're going to set the bench up on its end like this. Again, just have the arrow facing towards you like here. Next, we're going to grab our middle shelf. It'll look right like this. See, there's an arrow. Just going to set it in here like this. With slight pressure up on here. You'll notice down here there's a line. You just want to line the bottom of the shelf up with that line. You have to kind of move it around a little bit. You want to make sure it's flush along this front edge and even line even along the bottom of the shelf. Install your screws. The top up here. Again, just repeat the same process. Make sure it's even along the front edge, even with that line. These screws we're not going to tighten all the way down yet. Just put them in just enough to hold the shelf there, but not tighten down very far at all. Okay. Grab the bottom piece. Look like this, a kind of taller front edge. Should be the last piece you have. Arrow on the bottom. Point it towards you again. Lift up on this slightly to slide it in. It's going to be the same thing down here. It's a line right here. Line even with the bottom of the shelf, flush along this front edge. Install your screws. Move up to the top. Exact same thing on the top. now go in and finish tightening these 2 screws on the shelf. So you got that done, you can set it back down on its feet. There's some corner brace pieces. They're going to go on the back side of the bench. They do require a Phillips headed bit. There's some small silver screws. Okay. So these little corner brace pieces look like this. So from where I'm sitting, we're going to grab one with an L on it. Put it up in the left corner up here. You can see there's a line right here. Put the edge of the bracket even with that line. The L will be right there. We'll just install the screws. Should be 4 per bracket. Okay, and then we're going to grab the one that says LS on it. It's going to go right here. It's going to be even along the top of the shelf, and then again there's that line right there. You can see that. Yeah, there's just going to be 4 screws in there. Move over to this other side. Basically just going to be repeating the same process. Grab the one with an R on it. It's going to go in the corner. Okay, last one here. Okay, that completes assembly. Let me know if you have any questions or any issues with assembly. Thank you.